What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo, and today I'm going to talk about why Meliodas and Elizabeth are such awesome free-to-play characters that everybody has been able to get through the check-in log event or the super mission for Elizabeth. Really fantastic characters. The first thing about both these characters is they're both green types. And the easiest immortal dungeon that we have available, the green types actually have a type advantage against, which is Immortal Victor. Now, currently, right now, we have Immortal Vulcan, which blue have the advantage again. Now, we'll be talking a little bit more about this later in the week, but I want to focus on Meliodas and Elizabeth first. But they actually have a type disadvantage against Immortal Vulcan, so they're not really going to be good for this dungeon. But against the Immortal Victor, they will be. And when you look at their kits, something that's really awesome about both of these characters is they both have nice, fairly long 3PGs. Meliodas especially is going to be really great because he does have 15% PG gain. And if you do have their imprint stones, and this goes for both of them, you can actually get extra PG gain on their third stone, which is awesome. Plus, he gains 20% power when combo count is 10 or above. And against Immortal Victor, this is going to be effective. Meliodas gains PG super fast, which I'm going to show in a little bit. He also has the decreased damage received, and that's going to be really great for the survivability. And he does have super armor. He'll probably be pretty decent in PvP as well. He's not going to be a top tier by any means, but he'll be pretty decent, especially because of his PG gain and because he actually can ignore target guard. That's actually good. The increased attack giving him that extra damage, but the bleed is very important because Immortal Victor is actually weak to bleed. They actually gave this guy an amazing kit for that, and that's awesome, especially for new players and current players that might be struggling with Immortal Victor. However, I think most of us have been able to get the max score, which is 500 million in there. But for a new player that's coming to this game, and they came to this game for the 7 Deadly Sins, this is fantastic. This character is going to be awesome for it. And so is Elizabeth. Elizabeth also has a nice 3PG. She has 15% PG gain in her core, but she also gains super armor for 2 seconds and 30% power up when HP is 40% or less. So if her HP gets low, she's going to gain PG very fast. It is on a 30-second cooldown, but she's still going to gain it super fast. Both of these characters can cancel their skills fairly quick. Elizabeth also has an increased attack by 43% of defense for 8 seconds when using a skill. She also has the ignore target guard, which is actually really good and similar to Meliodas, and she does have decreased damage received. And she has a PG rate by 50% upon landing a skill. So if you have Meliodas and Elizabeth on your team for Immortal Victor, they're going to do amazing. Another thing to mention is in other game modes like Spider Robot, Meliodas especially is going to be freaking amazing here. Because of that PG gain from his core and the PG combo gain that he has, he's going to be freaking fantastic for this because he's going to be able to do his 3PG very fast. And in this game mode, the whole objective is build your PG up super fast, use your 3PG, switch to another character, build it, do their 3PG, switch to the next character, use their 3PG, and so on and so on and so on. So he's actually fantastic, especially for newer players or players that might be even struggling here. He's going to do really well. He's going to do insane damage. Elizabeth, maybe she'll do all right here. She might not be too bad, but she is a defensive fighter. And as you can see, I use all attack type because they just deal more damage overall. Doesn't mean you can't use defensive fighters. You absolutely can. But I don't know how well Elizabeth is going to do here. But Meliodas is going to be amazing. Now, but Elizabeth does have an advantage over Meliodas in RHD. And that's because at tier 49 here, you actually need a green defensive team when you're facing this last boss in order to go to tier 50. You will need a green defensive team, and if you have a green defensive team, you're going to have your green team throughout all of RHD, which is amazing, my friends. That is awesome. So they gave you a free character that you can actually use to help get these experience balls as you're going through RHD. And collab characters are the easiest to level up. You can actually level them up by going into the team relay dungeon, not this one, sorry, this one here, and you can actually level them up by getting these 0 memories here, and every 3 memories that you get, you can actually get a dimensional invitation ticket, which is these things right here. And when you use 3 of their memories, so if I use 3 of these memories right here, you actually get 3 of these memories. You'll get 1 each week. Every 3 weeks, you'll be able to get an invitation ticket. And one of these things here is the exact same as 1 memory for a collab, which is awesome. So if you have a collab character, let me skip on to a collab here. Let's see if I can find one. You can actually use this dimensional invitation ticket to level up collabs, which is awesome. That's another reason why they're so good, especially for newer players. And then if you go into championship, this is another reason why both of these characters are so good. Not only do they have the PG gain, not only does Meliodas have the bleed, but look at how fast they can cancel their skills. Check this out. Now look at that. That's fast. And because they can cancel their skills so fast, they're going to be able to build up to their PG very quickly. And they're going to be dealing more damage at a faster rate, which is awesome. We'll go ahead and do this again. I mean, look how fast he builds his PG. Look at that. He's already got 5 bars, and we did 2 rotations. That's crazy. 5 bars. And whenever you do your 3 PG, you're only going to use 3 bars. He's still going to have 2 bars left over after doing this skill. And there you have 2 bars. And look at this. Boom. 1 skill, 2 skill, 3 skill. Actually, just mainly 2 skills. And then you can do his default. That is freaking amazing. And neither of these skills have grabs, so he can actually use them against Mortal Victor. And then when you take a look at Elizabeth, you can cancel her skills also, which is awesome. That is freaking fantastic. Now, she doesn't build up her PG as fast as Meliodas. But look at that. I mean, not bad, though. 2 full rotations, and you did get 3 PG bar. And her 3 PG is freaking pretty cool because it can reach pretty much anybody in the screen. It is nice. Then we do another rotation here. Like, she doesn't build up her PG as fast as him, which does kind of suck. But she's still going to be very, very useful, especially for RHD. And then you have this skill here, which is, it's a bit short in all honesty. I mean, Meliodas is going to be the better of these two, especially for PvE content. But you absolutely have to have a green defensive team for RHD. And I think it's absolutely fantastic that they have put both of these characters in here. It's really great that they made both of them green types. That is going to be massive for newer players. And I'm really happy to see that they did this for players. You know, there's a lot of players that are going to come to this game. They're going to, because of this collaboration, they're going to be like, oh man, 7 Deadly Sins. I got to play this game. I got to check it out. And because they're going to be very useful for those players, it's going to motivate them to keep playing this game, which is awesome. And that's exactly what we want. That's exactly what we want from collaboration characters. We want new players to come into this game. We want them to play the game. We want them to enjoy it. But it also helps all of us. You know, if you level up Meliodas especially, you're going to hopefully be able to do better in Spider Robot. You're going to hopefully be able to do better in the Immortal Victor if you're having trouble there. And in all honesty, you could even use this characters against Immortal Nyx, which has no type advantage or disadvantage. And you can use them there as well, although you do need Explosion and Darkness for Immortal Nyx. But you still could use them on the second team for your green team. Again, because they have no type advantage or disadvantage. So I'm really, really happy with both of these characters. I think it's fantastic that you can cancel their skills so fast. I also think it's fantastic that you can use these characters in multiple game modes. I don't know how well, especially Meliodas, is going to do in Guild Raid. It's hard to say, to be perfectly honest. From what I understand, his 3 PG can get canceled by Rugal. Whenever Rugal does his explosion, it can cancel it. So he's not going to be the ideal. But, I mean, if you're using him, if you're using Orochiori in the leadership, and you have Dylan on your team, and then you put Meliodas in the last slot where Eileen is, maybe you could do really good. I'm not really sure, to be perfectly honest, but he probably would. I would imagine he would do pretty freaking awesome in all reality. The biggest caveat to these characters is the fact that you do have to get their 3PGs through the banner, which is a bum deal. I really wish they would have done like what they did with the Seven Knights character, Rachel, where they gave us a free 3PG. Having said that, I think both of these characters are just going to be freaking amazing for this game and for players, especially new players. So let me know how you're all feeling about Meliodas and Elizabeth. And as always, let me know what characters you've gotten, what cards you've gotten. And I stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 times, Sunday through Thursday. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one.